What up? What up, everybody? What's good? What's going down? Um, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Hope you guys had a beautiful, beautiful Tuesday. Um, you know what I'm saying? Earlier today when I came on the show, the weather was nice and it continued to be, you know what I'm saying, in the lovely land of Minnesota. So, hope the rest of your days were all beautiful. You know what I mean? You got things done, things accomplished. And yeah, one of the things I tell young people um is start your day early, man. You gotta start your day early, man. For real. There were times there where um I would say these instances happened when I was living in Connecticut at the time and I was hooping 5 in the morning consistently. You know what I'm saying? I did it every once in a while here now. I'm old now. But back in the day I was consistently we had consistent runs at LA Fitness in Connecticut, 5, 6 in the morning. And those days in particular, like I said, these instances in themselves were very integral with the period of time that I was going through, was going, having a son, raising a, holding a family down. And I just felt like, man, those days when I got up to hoop at 5 in the morning, man, I got a lot done. I got a lot accomplished. My motivation, my mental was way more clear for that day. Straight up, it's just how it was. And um, you know, I got more accomplished. I was done and tired by like 8. So I see why, as you get older, saying older men who be ready to be out, man, 7, 8, 9 o'clock, man. Because when you get up at 4 or 5 in the morning, 5, 6 in the morning, and you start doing things on another level, especially like when you play a sport or run or jog, you get your mind and stuff going, get it charged up, and it, what I'm saying, you can kind of hit the day running basically, right? Um, pun intended. So, just a word of the wise. I'm not trying to tell kids, man, they get up early stuff, man. We was doing that with our team too, man. We had them coming in early. Um, get started, man. Get this muscle memory in you first thing part of the day. So, um, you know, get started early, man. That's just an advice. Um, you know what I'm saying? Basketball. Been watching some basketball. Still the playoffs going on, man. My guy, man. My guy, JR, man. I knew it. I called it, man. I called it. I knew it. You know what I'm saying? He don't have help like that right now. You know what I'm saying? Dame Lillard is kind of that go-to guy. You know what I'm saying? And Gary Trent Jr. is transitioning into that go-to guy. Um, and Giannis is like the face of that franchise. And you know, I mean, you seen it when I seen it. You know what I'm saying? The man got hot, man, like seriously hot. You know what I'm saying? They got to go to him more often, earlier, especially while Dame's out. So, but I knew it was good. I knew it was going to happen. Not enough firepower there right now. You know what I'm saying? He's the only one that's really got the guns loaded, ready to go. Everybody else is kind of playing around. What's his name? Green. What's the little dude named Green? Green was balling. You know what I'm saying? Like Green was balling. That's how I be though, man. It be like that sometimes in sports, people. You know what I'm saying? Like it be like the unsung heroes, man. That's why they come up with words and metaphors like that. Unsung hero, man. Somebody that just was a lot of times it'd be somebody that's just hardcore in practice, man. It just goes hard in practice all the time, and then finally getting their shot. They, you know what I'm saying? They show, and people be it shakes me too because people be surprised, you know what I'm saying, at some of these unsung heroes when, it's like, if you really, level up with with some kids or with some young people or young adults, you kind of can see you can see their potential, see who they are. I think especially when you get up to the pro level, they're gonna be catering to certain people. You know what I'm saying? We talk about money all the time when I be on these shows. How it be changing hands like that. But in sports, professional sports, you see 50, $60 million being handed to somebody. I think the team is gonna specialize on making sure they cater to that person. I just think so. You know what I'm saying? No, hey man, I play the Angels advocate. You know what I'm saying? So I just speak it real. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? And I'm not favoring nobody. I just speak it real, true life experiences. So, you know what I'm saying? I done seen it happen. Should have did it. You know what I'm saying? Was one of the coldest, man. I should have did it, but it's all good. Yeah, man. So you know me, man. I'm all basketball, but shout out to my son, man. This dude crazy, man. This dude is literally playing basketball, football, and track all in the same season, and handling it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, getting the job done could be a little bit better on a couple of things, but I think each one will transcend to the other one, and each one to get them better, get them more prepared and ready for the next one, right? Because football season is less than 2 months away, about 2 months away. So you got to be ready for that popping off. You know what I mean? And I know that's his sport, so you got to be ready for that. But that's a little bit, you know what I mean? Me, you know what I mean, my daily affirmations, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna talk to y'all about them. That's what we're gonna do here in Thailand TV, 800 Styles Productions. We're gonna, you know, we're gonna pop our shit. That's what, you know what I mean? That's what life is for. What we holding back for, right? We shouldn't be doing that. So today's show that I'm going to be discussing with you guys, I told y'all, man, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Grown and sexy people, man. Hopefully them kids that are in bed, so they may not be in bed, but at least they be, you know what I'm saying? At least they be in their room. You know what I mean? Like, cause you know how some of these kids are nowadays. You just be like, go to bed, they go in their room. You know what I mean? Like eventually they go to sleep, they just in the room. So eventually they just gonna pass out, right? Ain't nothing to do in there, right? You know what I'm saying? Electronics and stuff, but eventually they'll pass out. So hopefully they all, you know what I'm saying, gone. And it's just some grown folk talking, man. You know what I'm saying? So, it might be a little bit of language, explicit material, language wise, not video. Don't worry about it. We ain't on that level. You know what I'm saying? Like I remember the first time I was in a video production, and I was telling people, yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? I'm starting my own production company, man, for start making movies. First thing they were like, what kind of movies? what kind of movies you making? I'm like, hey, player, hey. Even though that is a billion and trillion dollar business, even though it is, you know what I'm saying? That's not the niche I want to be in. And honestly, that's not the niche you want to be in, because it's like, from what I recall, especially from living out of California, what I learned is once you go in there, you can't come back from it. You know what I'm saying? Like everything you have to do has to basically just be in that genre, because Holly is very difficult to be taken serious. But you never know nowadays with social media and how social media is, you know what I'm saying? You see people with sex tapes, you know what I'm saying, cracking off, and all of a sudden they become famous and the whole family famous, you know what I'm saying? It's off sex tape, so you never know. You never know, but I ain't ready for that. I ain't on that level, you know what I'm saying? So, keep it PG-13. Well, except tonight, we're going to talk a little bit, you know what I'm saying, explicit tonight. You're going to curse a little bit. And we're going to have some fun. Today's topic is about breaking up. You know what I'm saying? Relationships, breaking up in relationships, right? For me, breaking up is something that's not supposed to happen. I mean, since the dawn of time, check every stories that you read when you go back to original times. Even Bible with Adam and Eve, she was created for a helpmate for him, meaning that she was put here to be with him, right? They were put here to, well, he was put here for one reason, she was put here to be with him. They were put here, they were basically conduit of each other, you know what I'm saying, and needing of each other once she was taken from the rib and given to him. So it was designed to last forever, you know what I'm saying? I mean, that's how the story is told, right? They say that the woman was taken from his rib. What does the rib protect? Heart, right? You know what I'm saying? The lungs, the heart, the lifeblood of your human being. You know what I'm saying? The heart and the lungs. You know what I'm saying? So, if you take that into context, and actually break down the words, right? No matter whose version of the story that is telling you, that's what it means. It means that that person was put here. Purpose was to protect the heart and the lungs. In reality, what I'm saying? Like that's something that you really can't do from physical standpoint, right? That's why most what men provide for women is more physical, because that's what we're put here to do. You know what I'm saying? Protect physical, right? And you know what I'm saying? Provide shelter, providing, getting out there and working the land, right? So, woman's more um, mentally driven when it comes to the relationships, and they equal out together, which is supposed to why it's supposed to last forever, right? Because everybody's supposed to be playing their part. You're supposed to be playing the nurturer, the man's supposed to be playing the provider, right? um but that's the thing, how it's designed to last forever, right? Breaking up is kind of what serial daters do. I mean, if you a person who wants to be in a relationship, and I've said this a lot of my shows. I said this a lot of times. The main reason that I do the shows that I do and give the advice that I give is because I believe in good people that want to be in good relationships with good people, right? So these are you can take them if you want to and apply them if you want to. You want to discredit anything that I'm saying? Like I said, I ask for all the smoke. I don't run from shade. I don't run from nation. You know what I mean? So if you got something to say to me, man, pop it off, man. But I'm gonna continue to be on this vessel, popping this language out and this love and this love. And that's why I can talk about a topic like breaking up. And serial daters are kind of the worst for relationships. They are men and women. See, I told you I'm an angel's advocate. I'm not just going to speak against the ladies when I talk about the ladies. I'm going to talk about the guys too. Serial daters are just the worst for all this. I think when you're dating, people have classified dating as relationships, as monogamy, as building towards a potential marriage, right? Which that is courting, right? We talked about this dictionaries, right? Webster and woman's, right? I think the dating has turned into a woman's defined word now because uh, courting is actually where you're in a relationship with someone with the purpose of becoming one unit, right? Um, the ideal of it, right? Whereas dating is just like, yo, I got you here to fill the time. You're doing the things that are good for me right now. You make me feel good, so I'm gonna stay with you, right? You know what I'm saying? And then all of a sudden, okay, you know what? Hey, it works out. We still like each other for this long. Let's go ahead. Make it solid. Make it solid. You know what I'm saying? Let's go ahead. We've been together. We've been waiting. We've been waiting this long. Right? We'll just stay together, right? You know what I'm saying? So, because women joke all the time, man. They joke all the time about dudes and stuff. They be like, you motherfucker. They be talking about the motherfuckers. They be like, hey, motherfucker, the nursing home. Look at him with his balls hanging from his chair. There ain't nobody in there. Is that what you want to be? Is that what you want to be? Yes. Yes, that's what we want to be. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? Like that's just that's just that's just what comes with the territory, right? You know what I'm saying? Men are driven like that. We get to these points, and a lot of times when that happens, a lot of time it happens because a man got hurt. You know what I'm saying? On real stuff. You know what I'm saying? Man be going through that whole time getting hurt by a girl, broken up. Girl breaks up with him because being our nature is to lock in with you. We try to build with you, right? Especially if we're young. We for that puppy love. Oh, that puppy love, we be locked in. You get a man get hurt in that puppy. If y'all hurt a man in that puppy love, man, okay. I feel sorry for all the future ladies. I'm just saying, I'm just throwing this out. Like I said, man, I don't know what's in my cup, man. I don't know what's up in there. Mm. But no, man, look, but we hold on, forget all that, right? We ain't finna just talk about my boys, you know what I'm saying? Like, think about runaway brides. I mean, that's a phrase that was a term that's actually created. Runaway brides. Like when you think about that, you think about there's an actual character of women that just actually go up to the altar and then literally disappear. You know what I'm saying? That's some cold. That's some cold. That's some breakup with what they call it. She's a runner. She a track star. But this stuff is real, man. Hey, man, this stuff I'm talking about, man, is real deal, man. Hey, I'm telling you, you know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? Jump on, man. Look, but for real, like, I think it's serial daters are very, very, uh, um, instrumental in what's going wrong with relationships nowadays. Music has a lot to do with that too. It pushes that, it pushes that venue. Um, and breaking up is hard to do. Um, it's hard, man. It's hard to actually, be in a relationship with somebody with 3 years into something and then and instead of 3 months. That's why I think it's easier to be serial daters because you pop up a real red flag after 2 months, nobody even knows you were dating the person, you know what I'm saying? But if you were with somebody for 3 years and then you gotta actually go through a breakup, you gotta break up with all all the people in your family, you gotta break up all his family, you gotta break up with their kids. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be like, oh man, look, man. Hey, hey, my G, look, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna see you, you know what I'm saying, for a little minute. You know what I'm saying? If I see you on the block, nigga. If I see you on the block, little nigga, we straight. You know what I'm saying? Holler at your boy, but I got you on everything. Anybody fuck with you, call me, right? Like that stuff is hard to do, right? So it's a lot easier to be like, boom, you know what I mean? Get into these little fugazi relationships. These are serial daters. Ain't me. I've been one before, so I know what I'm talking about, right? So it's easier to get into these serial dating relationships and situationships. They got names for everything nowadays, right? They got terms for everything. This defining stuff is real. It's insane now, right? But you got to understand that that's just people don't like it, man. People don't like breaking up, man. It's hard to do. And you always had that memory of what it used to be. You always had that memory of what it used to be. And you know, you go through situations where you don't realize how many days that are good um versus the one time that it was bad, and people in relationships for those type of things, red flags, you know what I'm saying? Them are serial daters, man. Watch out for them serial daters, man. They throw red flags out there because, boy, you come in with, you know what I'm saying? You come in for basketball day on one day with your feet stinking, you know what I'm saying? She's like, oh, I'm done. Dang, I was hooping with the dudes, man. Literally, I was burning them up on the floor. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? She gone, right? And man, like, um, mean it, ladies, mean it. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're gonna be ending things with a guy, mean it. You know what I'm saying? Understand what that means. Like, understand what it means to end things. You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of women redefine this breaking up stuff and they think it's like, okay, you I'm breaking up with you or I'm not dealing with you, so you need to take a sabbatical on how long you take before you mess with somebody else. Um because of me breaking up with you, rather than realizing, hey, as soon as I say the words, I'm breaking up with you, as soon as you say you, that person, that man, or mainly in the man situation, I've seen it more so with women that have been like that. The man has the right to be like, hey, look, all right, see you later. Hey, look, hey, look, I'm free now. Yeah, back in the streets, right? I mean, that's for real. So that's why I say it and mean it. You gotta say it and you gotta mean it. So that's gotta be like the, hey, look, that's your end all be all. It's the last resort, man. So when you throw it out there, when you throw out that breakup, it has to be, hey, look, this is just something I'm not gonna be able to do anymore. You know what I'm saying? And you gotta be ready to mean that. Um, because there's too many, you know what I'm saying? Biggie, you want to give me one more chances out here. You know what I'm saying? You one more chance. What's, hey, she gonna throw it at you. Uh I was mad that day, you know what I'm saying? I was mad that day. I didn't know what that wasn't you or whatever. I just heard something, you know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? You gotta be because if he says, "Hey, look, doesn't matter," you know what I'm saying, and then that's over, and now you're in a situation where it's like, "Dang, could have been," right? You don't want them could have beens, man. Especially in relationships, you don't. You know what I'm saying? Why not try and see and do everything you can? Like I said, it's a last resort. Like, so did you do everything that you could? Um, um, and you got to decide if it's worth it. You know what I'm saying? Love versus like. I think love versus like is a huge um, controversy that's fought within yourself. I think people don't understand that they really like somebody. I think liking somebody is huge. I think you have to like them. And the reason why I say this is the reason why, and I've heard different versions of this stuff, and I've heard different talks about this in different directions. But me in particular, I feel that like is more important than love, and I'm gonna tell you why. Um, I love my kids, right? My kids love me, but eventually my kids are gonna go off into having their own life, right? My best friend has done that, and he's living his own life, and he's gone off and did his own thing, and I love him, right? My brother, man, since we was always together, right? Living his own life, has his own children, and I love him, right? Well, sometimes, right, we get upset with those people, right? We get mad at those people, right? But we still love them. You know what I'm saying? No matter what, right? And that's because we like them too, right? Um, that's the difference between the relationships that you have with another entity that's of the opposite. Well, not even of the opposite sex, of someone that you're trying to build with forever. Because everyone that you have met in your life literally goes off into having their own lives, right? So the conflict is not there between you and them, right? The conflict is there between the person that you're spending every day of your life with. Now, speaking of that love again for everybody, you got that same love for the person you're in a relationship with. But the difference is that those people that are going off into their own lives don't spend every day with you. The person that you're in a relationship with to build with for the rest of your life, somebody you got to be with every day. Do you like them? You know what I'm saying? Because think back to when you was in school, right? There was no, oh, do I love Jimmy, or do I love Nisa, or do I love? It wasn't all that. It was like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Do you like me? Yes or no, right? That's what it was, right? You know what I'm saying? Everybody did that, right? Because it was that's how purity that word is. It's like, do you like that person? Because you're gonna have to sit with that person on the porch when you're 75 years old at 10 a.m. when the breeze is just flowing, sun is shining, and nothing's going on. Do you like that person? Right? And that's why I feel that liking is way more important than love, because we were put here to love. You know what I'm saying? We were put here to show love and give love. But man, to like something is more powerful, because it's almost like that's where the respect comes from. Because if you like something, you're gonna respect it, right? If you love something, that's you love it. I hear it, I get it, and I push it, so I know what love is. But to like something in a relationship is way more different. Ask yourself, can because you do it all the time, right? There have been many times. I mean, man, I catch my girl doing this shit all the time. I do it too. You know what I'm saying? Just sitting there, just looking at the person. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Just sitting there admiring the person, just sitting there, just like, looking at the person and having memories. You know what I'm saying? In that moment, you're just in that moment, just looking at that person. That's liking somebody, right? You know what I'm saying? Of course you love them. You know what I'm saying? Of course you want the best for them. Of course you want to provide for them. Of course you want to do everything to take all their pain away. I get that. But do you like them? Like, because that's the part where them arguments come in at, is the like. You know what I'm saying? Because if you don't like a motherfucker, you gonna be like, man, you know what? You get your ass up out of here and break up with them. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. So like I was talking about, the respect. You know, the respect. It's a very huge and integral part of keeping good relationships, and hopefully not getting to that breakup part. You know what I'm saying? And what do you do? What do you do to solve the possibilities of breaking up? You know what I'm saying? I mean, like I said, breaking up is a last resort. So whenever you get to it, you got to be ready to say it, and mean it, and stand by it. And you learn a lot of that stuff in counseling. So you know what I mean? Like, if you do like the person that you're with, and if you can see yourself in love with that person, and you guys really want to work on something, do some counseling. You know what I'm saying? I don't think there's nothing wrong with doing any counseling. Counseling teaches you standards. You know what I'm saying? Teaches you um, where you see issues and what issues are intolerable, and what would you do if those issues were done, and making sure that you stand and hold to those, and make sure that you're um, following through with any points, or like I said, any standards that you have. So counseling is good because you get that neutral party. You get someone that can kind of step in there and just sit down and listen. Um, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, we hear horror stories of counseling. We do. I mean, they are out there, you know what I'm saying? There's bad counselors out there, but I think the main thing is that you have an opportunity to get someone else's opinion that can listen to both sides of the story, because as we know, there's three sides to every story, right? There's there's his side, her side, and the truth. You know what I'm saying? So, and in order to get, and that's real. Like I've been in that situation. You know what I'm saying? Me and my girl sitting on the couch, with one of our counseling sessions. You gotta go through that stuff, right? Uh, um, you're sitting there, and when you start thinking about it, or you leave the session and you start remembering the things you said, and sometimes, hey, it's your sided. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have sessions there where you're being your sided in that situation, and you gotta just admit to it. That's what it is. Everybody does it. You know what I'm saying? The problem is the way people are slinging blame is like they're trying to say they're not doing anything. And in breakups, you gotta be accountable, man. You gotta be accountable, man. You gotta be accountable for what's going on. You got to be accountable for your role in things, and be honest about it, because it's not easy. It's not easy to um I would say, maybe call it, to cater to someone. It's not easy, man. It's not easy, man. That's why I talk about this all the time. I tell my girl this because she's in the health field. I think it's one of the most underrated fields, also. Just like teaching, because it's like, take care of people, man. It's not easy, bro. Not easy, bro. I know that's on the end of taking people with wellness, and people that are hurt, but even in the retrospective, just catering to someone's feelings and their needs, it's not easy, because you're thinking about somebody else. You're taking the time to put somebody else's feelings before yours, and that's why a lot of breakups happen, because people aren't prepared to do that. They're not prepared to put somebody else's feelings before them, and you go to counseling class, and that mirror gets put on you. That counselor puts a mirror on you, on both people involved in the situation. It's like, okay, so yeah, I hear what happened to you. I hear this and that, but what did you do? Like, straight up, because when it's coming from somebody else, a lot of times, and I heard a female tell me this one time. She said, "Yo, I don't want to be told that I did something wrong by my man." And I was like, I was like, huh? I'm saying, wait, 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 what? You don't want to be told nothing wrong by your man. I'm like, well, who's supposed to tell you? Who's supposed to be the one to tell you did something wrong, right? Yes. Like everybody else, you know what I'm saying, or just yourself. Well, it don't matter, because basically you're saying that everyone else has authority to say that they have a problem with something, then your man does, and that's kind of that's why we get into some of these sticky situations in relationships, because who are they listening to, right? Who 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 are you listening to in your relationship, right? Who's whose words are of value to you in your relationship? Um, you know, you see this, and I've heard this a lot, man. Men have been in relationships where they felt like, what I'm saying, they low on the totem pole, right? You know what I'm saying? And I'm sometimes when I talk, especially in my night shows with you, what I'm saying, my adult shows, I'm gonna be just a little bit biased, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm gonna ride with my guys, you know what I'm saying? I've seen it happen, you know what I'm saying, be a part of it, you know what I'm saying? Like, um, you're not listening to your man because you're listening to everybody else. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of breakups happen because of that. You kind of know where I'm going with this, right? We've seen this. Matter of fact, with a podcast the other day, I was just noticed I was peeping this, man. Dude, the homie was talking about, um, you know, women taking the advice of their friends, their mamas, everybody telling them, "Oh, girl, you shouldn't do this and you shouldn't do that, and I wouldn't do this and I wouldn't put up with this." And they said, like, "Yeah, girl, you right. I'm whatever." Then they come home or they get on the phone with their man, and now they flexing with their man because of the conversation that they had with their females, right? Um, I've seen men and women be accused of stuff that somebody else told them that wasn't even true. You know what I'm saying? With some bullshit, and relationships end because of that shit. I've seen that shit, man. I've seen breakups happen because of outside forces. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? So be careful with that shit. Don't let nobody else come into your circle because that's only going to breed a breakup. It's only a matter of time. It's a breakup ticking bomb. If you listening to other people besides your mate, more than your mate. Now I'm not saying don't listen to other people at all, because you know what I'm saying, you'd be a fool to do that. But you know what I'm saying, like if you can't converse and have conversations with your mate about problems first, that's a breakup ticking time bomb waiting to happen. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna throw that out there right there. You know what I'm saying? You can combat that, you know what I'm saying, to the day I die. That's on everything. So you hearing Steve Harvey, I don't know if you heard Steve Harvey speak on this before, but you know what I'm saying? He said, make a circle, right? You and your mate make lock arms and make a circle. No one enters that circle. No one enters that circle. No one enters that circle. You know what I'm saying? They can be there, they can be right there in you in the moment, they can be right there celebrating. You know what I'm saying? We could be up in there, holly, bolly, wally, charlie, whatever, right? But when it comes down to it, it comes down to conversing. Look me in my eyes. Look me in my eyes. Look me in my eyes. Let's talk. You know what I'm saying? And as long as we have that, and as long as we like each other, shit, boy. You know what I'm saying? That's what I do, man. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, and I think when it comes to that, once you do that, you lock them circles and you get them people out of your business. I think that the accountability is a lot easier to do, because I think I don't know about for ladies what their power is about that, but for men it's hard. It's hard for us to be like, man, we fucked up. You know what I'm saying? And I would think that for ladies it's worse. I'm gonna give y'all a little. I'll be trying to help y'all out a little bit. You know what I'm saying? It's a little worse. just, just a little bit to take accountability. You know what I'm saying? I'll be trying to give y'all some love, man. So you know, but to play the angels advocate, man. For men, it's like that too, man. We don't like it either, man. We try not to lie, bro. We smooth we smooth with it on the fly, right? Women are smooth with it with the planning. You know what I'm saying? Women are smooth with it with the plan, so they go in from a long time ago. You know what I'm saying? Figured out how this worked out that way. Bam, they already got the story. Dudes, we just like on the fly. Like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Jim and John, you know what I'm saying? They showed up at the spot. I thought I was gonna be there watching the game. You know what I'm saying? It was cracking late. They came up in there. They started popping bottles and shit. I took a couple of shots. I told them I didn't want to do that because I was coming home with my girl. You know what I'm saying? Next thing you know, we walk outside, they blow out the blood. You know what I'm saying? We start blowing the trees and stuff. High the motherfucker. I fell out in the car and passed out. Woke up like 4 o'clock in the morning. They was like, let's go get some motherfucking White Castle. I said, I ain't bet. So I came home with 5. Nigga, that nigga lying. But hey, that's a talent we have, you know what I'm saying? So, man, I don't mean to put my boys on the spot, man, my kings on the spot, but you know what I'm saying? If you got game, you got game. It don't matter. You know what I'm saying? I tell the young kids one of the illest things, like I said, Larry Bird said one time, they told dude, Xavier Daniel told him, he said, look, man, I'm finna get this ball, I'm finna dribble to the left one time, pulling up with my left hand off the glass. Xavier said, man, please. Xavier said, guess what he did? Caught the ball, dribbled one time to the left, pulled up off the glass. You can know what I'm finna do, but you gotta stop it. You gotta stop it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, accountability, man, it's difficult for everybody. So don't feel bad, you know what I'm saying, when you do it. Just don't do anything that's like, as long as you're not doing things that are personally attacking or intentful. Accidents happen. Accidents. I'm a big believer. accidents and kidnappings. I believe in accidents and kidnappings. You know what I'm saying? Hey man, look, it's an adult show. You fuck. You know what I'm saying? It's an adult show. I believe motherfucking accidents and kidnappings, man. Them shit's really just motherfucking happen. Ladies, y'all don't believe that shit, man. But I'm telling you, take it from the homie. You know what I'm saying? Hey, fellas, I'm telling them the truth, man. I got to, man. Accidents and kidnappings be happening, bro. You know what I'm saying? On the low, ladies. You know what I'm saying? So don't be breaking up with your man when he come home telling you accident. It was kidnapping. Because just listen to his story, because it might really be. It would be unbelievable, but it'd be like, yo, that shit really happened. Oh, crazy. You know what I'm saying? Oh man. So no, but what cracked me up too sometimes is that I remember one time I was in a relationship with this girl, man, and like she be like, you know what I'm saying? I go out kicking, whatever, come home late, you know what I'm saying? Or come back to the crib late, call her, whatever. She be like, what the hell? I'm like, oh, I was kicking it with the dudes, man. This went down, right? She be like, yeah, right. You was probably with such and such and such and such. I was like, no. She's like, yeah, it was between 9 and 10. You probably went here, and 10 to 12. You probably went here. So I'm like, damn. I was like, then what I do? Damn, that story sounds amazing. Because really, all we did was we house watched the game, and we was just sitting there watching the motherfucking game. Niggas was talking shit. Nigga, we had nothing to drink and shit. They wanted to go have some drink, but I was too tired, so I came back to the crib. You know what I'm saying? The motherfucker was like, no, you didn't. I'd be like, damn, your story sound better than mine, but you know what I'm saying? You don't believe us. They don't believe us. Break up with you. Man, have you been? Hey, fellas, man, tell the truth, man. Have y'all ever been broken up with and you really ain't do nothing? Like you really ain't do nothing. Like you just like, yo, I ain't do nothing. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I may have been there, I may have been at the party. You know what I'm saying? I may have been kicking it one weekend, but for real though, I ain't do nothing. You know what I'm saying? And you be like, yo, they be like, yo, I don't want to be with you. You just a whore. You're a I ain't do nothing. You know what I'm saying? But you be mad at muggers. You be like, man, like I really didn't do nothing, man. You know what I'm saying? Ladies be saying that too, but they lying. They lying. They be like, all right, yes, you did. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. They be trying to say, hey, oh man. So look, and ladies, one thing about breaking up is I want you to know is breaking up is quitting. To me, breaking up is quitting. You're quitting. It's what it is. You know what I'm saying? You can accept it or you don't. I don't care, but that's what it is. You're quitting. Just like with anything in life, if you start something and you don't finish it or complete it or get pushed out of it, then you're quitting, right? So breaking up is that. So unfortunately, statistically, you guys do it more than anybody else. That's just what it is. Marriage wise, 80% divorces are started by women. Dating wise, shit, I, I would probably say it's got to be. I'm gonna take a guess, ladies. I'll be trying to put you down, ladies. I'm literally just motherfucking reading off. You know what I'm saying? Some in my brain, some stats that I saw. 80% of all marriages that are in divorce it was initiated by a woman, right? And I would think that dating probably has those same or similar numbers too. So, you know what I'm saying? You kind of quitting the game a little bit, which, you know what I'm saying, is ironic to the whole ride or die type of situation. That's terminology that women usually use. You know what I'm saying? There ain't no ride or dies no more. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got red flags. Y'all can't ride or die because y'all got too many red flags. You know what I'm saying? But you're quitting, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's just what it is. And men don't quit. We don't quit. So when it comes to breaking up, I think that men, when they do quit, when they do break up, I think most of the time it's for good. I think a lot of times the "give me one more chance" mentality is men that are doing that because they're the ones that are getting broken up with, and they're the ones that are begging to stay, or forgive them, or whatever the case may be. If they did do something wrong, or if they did not do something wrong, they're still, you know what I'm saying, asking for one more chance. But I think when it's, like I said in my speak today, when you say it, you got to mean it. And I think both parties have to understand that. Both parties on both sides have to understand that and be willing to walk away and say, okay, this is what you want. Then this is what you'll get, you know. Go ahead and take your time and find whatever you need to find, and do you. Um, so just good people out here trying to have good relationships with good people. And honestly, when you take the time to find someone that's worth you giving up your time, you got to see it through, because time is the most expensive commodity that we have in life. So once you start, especially once a man um, is old enough to understand what it's like to need a woman in his life, that's the most integral time where, as a woman, you got to be ready to see it all the way through and be ready to ride or die also. And quitting is not an option. Go to counseling. Go get some counseling, man. Go see somebody, man, that's neutral. Somebody that don't know nothing about either one of y'all. You know what I'm saying? I mean, in some cases, though, your famous people, they fucked. Famous people fucked. You know what I'm saying? And every counselor be like, oh yeah, you little dirt. You been fucking bitches since you was high. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, you know what I'm saying? We can't see this counselor. We need to do counseling, you know what I'm saying? Hey man, but go see some counseling, man. Go see somebody, a neutral party that can give you guys some advice, try to help out. Um, if you like the person, and can see yourself loving them more, if you like them and you love them now, then like I said, don't look at quitting to be any option that you guys can use. Go see a neutral party and let them have a hand in just throwing out some advice from somebody that doesn't know you guys, and hearing your stories, and just kind of throwing out some advice. And you can do that on a level where you guys go out and talk, because it ain't like you go to counseling and you go to separate places. You know what I'm saying? You go to counseling, you go right back in the car together. You know what I'm saying? You can have conversations again about it. And you know what I'm saying? If the advice is working for both of you guys, ride with it, right? Um, and Make some memories, man. Make some memories, and think about it, dude. Like, are the memories that you have going to be more happy memories than sad memories? Because that's life. Life is about happy and sad. It's a balance of both. You know what I'm saying? You just cherish the happier times more so than you do the sad times, because they're both going to be coming. So if you guys are wanting to be in relationships with people, if you want to be a player out there, man, state that game, man. State that, you know what I'm saying, to the people that you get involved with, so that they know, you know what I'm saying, and they have an opportunity to choose up if they were rather to, if they're ready to be down with that or not. Male and females, females more so, because they're a stickler for words. So make sure what you're saying is always in line with what you're doing with the ladies, because that's just how they are. It's got to add up. You know what I'm saying? And that's everything around the cosmos too, is mathematics anyway. So as long as everything is adding up, you all good. Just when you decide that you want to be in a relationship with somebody, monogamy comes into play, and it's really starting to get serious. Breaking up should not be an option. It should be total last resort. It should be something that you guys say, hey, you know what? Nothing can be worked out between me and you. But yeah, between me and you know what I mean? It's your boy. Hey, Hunted, man. It's the God, man. Appreciate you, man. I'll see you guys tomorrow, 10 a.m. or no, I'm sorry, 1 p.m. tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow evening at 10 p.m. And yeah, we're gonna crack it late, man. I'm gonna start getting a little bit deep, man. I got a couple of topics that I want to talk to you guys about. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna break down a story of the Bible. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna break it down, man. I told you, man, my show gonna be wild and crazy, man. We're gonna get off the chain with it, man. But let me get off the airways, man, and go watch the rest of this game. If it's still on Orlando, see if they got captured this or not. And you guys have a good night. Blessings to everybody, man. Nothing but love. It's your boy 800, the prophet to God. Yeah.